it all starts with a strong foundation. It's designed to help keep you more comfortable, safer. Design can't open up a traffic jam, but it can pump up your favorite jam and keep you connected. It can make the road more exciting, and design can keep you looking good along the way. We believe that a better car makes you a happy driver, and happy drivers make better drivers. The new 2018 Hyundai Sonata. Better drives us.
Good afternoon. We're doing something a little different today. Beside me are Chris Chapman and Edward Lee, two of the very talented designers from our studio in Irvine, California. When they're at work in the studio, this is how early ideas get expressed, with pen and paper. So that's what they're going to do for you this afternoon. The focus of our discussion today is the new Hyundai Sonata. With Sonata, we have always gone above and beyond what's expected in the category. And that's what we mean by better. The current model launched right here in New York 3 years ago and continues to win many of the industry's most coveted awards and accolades. For example, Kelley Blue Book's Best Family Car, and our hybrid and plug-in hybrid models are also earning top honors. And as you know by now, at Hyundai, we're always pursuing better. The 2018 Sonata will take the promise of better to an even higher level, delivering even more standard features and refinement for Sonata fans. First, Sonata now connects more seamlessly to our customers' lives. Tomorrow, we'll be making a very exciting announcement about Hyundai Blue Link, and this will include a huge advance in home integration and the best connectivity story in the business. Sonata owners already give Sonata high marks for handling and ride comfort, but the 2018 model delivers even better ride and responsive driving dynamics with recalibrated steering and updated rear suspension with re-engineered rear trailing arms, and our turbo models will get Sonata's first 8-speed fully automatic transmission. We're also enhancing the safety people have come to expect from this top Safety Pick Plus winner. Here's an eye-opening fact. People drive in reverse less than 1% of the time, yet 25% of all accidents occur while backing up. This fact made us realize everyone should benefit from not just a rear view camera, but also a rear cross traffic alert. So we made blind spot detection with rear cross traffic alert standard on the 2018 Sonata. We're also helping keep our owners safe on the highway with lane departure warning system now adding lane keep assist functionality. These are just some of the ways that we're making a great car even better. But the most exciting change is the package our designers have wrapped it in.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Chris Chapman, and I work with Hyundai Design of North America, and I'm joined together with Edward Lee. He's an exterior designer, and we're here to sort of do something a little bit different today, sort of analog style. We want to sketch out some of the inspiration behind the new Sonata. And I think a design, whether big or small, it always begins with a mission, right? We always have really a goal in mind, right? And so today's mission was...
Okay. The mission of the Sonata was to make a strong impact by creating a striking design. And when we talk about design at Hyundai, it really explains how passionate Hyundai is for stunning design and high-quality craftsmanship. We dedicate ourselves through sketches and sculptures that we make by hand to get that special emotion infused into our cars. Design is what breathes life into the new Sonata. And the life of each of our designs begins with the silhouette.
Traditionally, the Sonata has set up a four-door coupe kind of profile. It's extremely sleek, it's extremely sporty. And with this new Sonata, what we did was we wanted to try to get a little bit more of a forward-leaning stance to the car, a more assertive feel to the car. And one of the ways we achieved that was to take the hood and lengthen it a little bit in this area right here to try to bring a little bit more of an upright kind of a feel, almost a shark nose feel to it. So where a lot of cars have kind of a slope nose to it, we've added sort of this area in here to kind of give the length of the hood, right? And one of the areas what we worked on in the rear was it's a subtle thing, but we basically bring the license plate that was normally up here, and we brought it down low, which really cleans up this area and allows for the silhouette to sort of lean forward as well.
Exactly, and this character is what makes it so easy to recognize a Sonata from a distance. That hood tension, the nose low, extends that elegance through the entire side profile. And it's that sporty coupe character that's infused into this four-door configuration that gives it that ready-to-dash forward agility in the overall mass.
Another subtle thing we've done here, and you'll see it in the end views as well, but I've drawn these sort of slanted lines right here. What do they do, Eddie?
They actually do more than one thing. In side view, it wraps the mass nicely, giving it that lightweight agility, that action ready to move forward. And in front view, the angles of these lines create that ground-hugging stance.
When we look at the front view of the car, right?
The front of the Sonata is very special because it holds the new symbol of Hyundai, which is the Cascade Grille.
The Hyundai Motor Company manufactures its own steel, and I can tell you that I have witnessed this process firsthand, and it is an extremely powerful, emotional sort of experience, and we in design really have taken upon ourselves to use this and abstract it in a way that only we can have in terms of a unique sort of calling card to the front of the vehicle. And this sort of gesture relative to some of the imagery that you see here with the molten metal coming out of and poured out of its container, right? Creating this very fluid type of motion. Hyundai Design has been known for fluidic sculpture, and we're taking that to the next level, and it creates a very powerful, unique, and I think ownable sort of identity for us.
Absolutely. And this character, inspired by our manufacturing process, is what gives it that sensuous quality, not only in the line work, but also the sculpture that's chiseled around the front.
I'm sort of drawing these lines that inside you, as I showed you here, they sort of form a different kind of a purpose right here. So anytime you can create a line that points to the corner of the tire outboard right here, it creates a very stable kind of a feeling, and it's a really wonderful kind of a stance. It's a sure-footed stance, and what we've done was we've broken up the car in sort of a vertical sort of architecture. If you follow me here, I'm going to just draw 4 lines like this, and it's really simple, but most cars are broken up architecturally with a headlight, a grille, a headlight, a bumper area below that goes across. It's a very horizontal sort of array, and then the lower spoiler, lower intake kind of an area. We've sort of done away with this whole kind of thing to create a completely modern and new full fascia kind of approach to the front end of the car. So we have this sort of vertical power to the center of the vehicle and creating a wonderful cheek dynamic here in the high cheekbone, and it's kind of a fashion statement, but it's also very tailored and sleek.
And this new layout allows for a natural transition from the body side into the front. It really has that effortless finesse that's coming from the sculpture into the Cascade grille.
Yeah. We've also incorporated what we call the catamaran line in front view, and this, as Eddie will explain, lightens the car.
We have this very special catamaran blade in the lower area of the car, which emphasizes the width, but also gives it that stable and precise quality.
Yeah. It's a really wonderful setup, and again, it emphasizes the vertical sort of architecture of the vehicle, and it stabilizes the Cascade grille at the corners. The rear of the vehicle, we really tried to simplify the whole back end of the car. And you'll notice sort of the spoiler deck created kind of with this V shape here. We have our Hyundai logo here, and Sonata here. But then we've kind of created a taillight that's very sleek, very high-tech, with sort of like eyeliner kind of gestures with chrome details here. And again, which we'll talk about again here later, is this sort of catamaran line that comes across here. And so again, we want to create a very sure-footed stance down towards the corner of the car, and then nicely proportioned sort of feeling from the rear.
The rear of the car, simply put, is clean and modern. And we have the sleek tail lamps that is held by the strong deck sculpture. And it really emphasizes that width and assertive confidence from rear view. We also have, in harmony with the front, the catamaran character, which really pulls through that rear three-quarter panel in an effortless, sculptural, and finessed way. It brings, again, that energy towards the center of the rear view.
Yeah, the core sort of third of the vehicle right through here, this energy and this power that comes through here. Now the turbo version, you might want to join and actually put the license plate kind of holder in there, and you can show how clean this area is up here relative to the sheet metal. We always like to try to let our emblem sort of sit in an area that's uninterrupted by lots of noise, visual noise.
The characters in the rear allow for an organized structure, and in the turbo version, we have the twin exhausts, which give the overall design a very powerful finish.
Yeah. And I think overall, the harmony that goes from the front to the rear, our identifiable Cascade kind of a grille, and a really sleek profile in the four-door coupe kind of world really gives our customers the kind of Sonata that they've come to expect.
Sonata is a car born from passion, full of that fresh energy. It's a one-of-a-kind, sensuous design.
Yeah. And now I'd like to invite you to join myself, Eddie, and Mike up here on stage for a close